Hello, friend. Welcome to Coffee Chat with Angie. Grab your coffee or whatever you're drinking today and let's chat. Last week, we talked a little bit about how life doesn't slow down on its own. We can't wait for calm to show up. Instead, we have to create calm by building in systems that support us right in the middle of our crazy, right? But sometimes it does happen. Maybe your kids get sick or you get sick, or maybe there's a bigger project at work that is just devoting more work hours to your week than typical. Those moments are definitely temporary, but they can feel really chaotic and heavy at the time. So today I want to talk about what it looks like to shift your systems for short-term durations, just to have a temporary version of a routine that helps you stay steady until things level out again. My name is Angie. I am a personal strategy coach. I support driven working moms to create rock solid systems at home. So dinner isn't a last minute scramble, kids' logistics are not chaos, and self-care isn't an afterthought. Instead of guilt and exhaustion, you can finally feel present, energized, and in control of the life you are building while also taking time for yourself. If you are here joining the live or if you're catching the replay, thank you. I'm glad that you're here. Pop something in the comments just to let me know that you watched, whether it's a hi or an emoji, whatever you want to do. All right, so life gets unexpectedly overwhelming. And you know what? The goal isn't to keep things running perfectly. And to be quite honest, that's never really the goal. But right now, during this higher chaotic season, we want things to be manageable. It's okay to simplify. In fact, a good system will be flexible, so you are able to do that. So I want to show you a few ways that you can take a system you already have created and make just a couple of tweaks to it just for short term and be able to hang on to what you've created without throwing in the towel. First, meal system. If you have meals that you have scheduled throughout the week, or you are one who loves to cook, so you know that you take a chunk of time to do that, but you know what? You're sick this week, and today on the menu is lasagna, and you are thinking, there is no way on this planet my brain can make lasagna at this moment in time. Plus, I just need to rest. I don't have that much time. So you could do a couple different things. One, you can pull an easier meal that you have scheduled for later in the week. Maybe Sloppy Joe is coming up in a couple of days, and you feel like that's something that's doable. Just switch them out. Make lasagna a few days from now. Or maybe it's not even taking something from the menu. Maybe you're grabbing a frozen pizza or macaroni and cheese is what's it for tonight. Your kids are fed, you're fed, it's all good, right? Or maybe instead of having dishes that you have to clean after you are done making the meal, you use paper plates to eat off of. There's not as many dishes, or depending what you make, maybe no dishes, and it's gonna save you some time there. So just think of a little bit of tweaks that you can do like that to your meal routine. How about household routines? Maybe tomorrow is the day that you do laundry for the week, and it's typically 6-7 loads, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I have this huge project at work and there's no way that I can do 7 loads of laundry tomorrow. It's just not even feasible. So instead, you do 1 load, and then a couple of days later, you do another load. Will you get to all 7 by the time next week hits? Probably not. And that's okay. The purpose isn't to keep doing the same thing you're doing. The purpose is just to, when next week arrives and it gets back to normal capacity, what you're used to, is not to be overwhelmed with all of the things that didn't get done this week. So you might have 9 loads next week to do, but you won't have 12 or 14. Another thing that you can do is if you have a normal cleaning schedule that you fall into and you're thinking, that's just not even happening. Maybe it's just 10 minutes that you pick up. If you're doing dishes, maybe those just get popped in the dishwasher and you pick up the bulk toys on the floor, just so the next morning doesn't seem as hectic when you wake up and overwhelming. How about your schedule? What can you do to simplify the actual items that you need to do within your week. Where can you pull back? Can someone else take the kids to practice? Or maybe it's fast food, like with your meal plan. It's not even cooking something, it's ordering something. Or maybe the meeting that you have during the week, instead of it being an hour in person and you are leading it, maybe it's 20 minutes virtual, or not. Maybe it can just be skipped. So think about the places that you can adjust. If you have lunch with a friend, can you push that off to a different week? Find those areas that are not of utmost importance that can be shifted a little bit. Now, with this, I want to warn you to be careful, because what I see often is people will take away 3 things from their schedule this week to lighten their load, but they add all 3 of those things into their schedule next week, which makes it extremely overwhelming. So be careful where you place those things. That lunch with a friend, maybe push that off a few weeks. The meeting, maybe that can't be virtual and you have to hold that next week. So that's of importance to put it into next week. So think of how the things that you're removing from this week, how you are going to scatter them in future weeks. And then give yourself grace. Of course, you're not failing your system when you adjust it at all. You're using them. And a good system should be flexible. It should have that ability to wax and wane with your life, because your life is not going to be the same every single day. But the purpose of sticking with a system and keeping the bones, so to speak, of that system is so that it isn't something you've thrown out the window. It's not something that is harder to pick back up. You still are utilizing it, and then you just get back to the normal rhythm once life returns to a little bit normal. All right, my friend, a good system isn't rigid. It flexes with you, and it supports you in chaos and in calm. So if life is a little bit messy right now, that's okay. It's your reminder to shift, simplify, and still stay steady. That's what your system is for. I thank you so much for joining me this week. I hope to see you next time on Coffee Chat.